it's
okay.
when it's full color.
Yeah. Okay. Ready, I guess.
Do you want to do the intro?
Okay, fine.
Wait, are you recording?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Hi, this is Nemisisters. I'm Shannon. This is
I'm
Hannah. You know what it is.
We're beefing today.
Yeah, we've been beefing a lot recently. Like that time, when did I come into your room and I demanded you give me money?
Oh yeah, you were like, oh, I'm gonna take the money out of I'm gonna get your credit cards. I'm gonna read the numbers. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna transfer them to my bank account number and all this stuff. And I was like, holy shit.
No, because it was ridiculous. Because
I don't even know what that was about.
I had stuff to do. I was going away for the weekend, and you said, "Oh, I need stuff from the store. I need you to go get it for me." And I said,
how much
no.
was it? How much was it?
It was like $30 because you made
$30.
me get the dumbest stuff, like lean cuisines that we had. You made me get spaghetti in a frozen lean cuisine, and we had it. And you know what I did? I went and I was late, and I got it for you, and you didn't even pay me back. And I said, no. You're gonna pay me back, and you're gonna pay me back right now. And I was so serious. I was like, I'm not even playing right now. I was like, pay me back. I will go into your. I tried to get cash out of your wallet, but you didn't have enough cash. So I was like, okay, at this point, I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
It's okay. I got the money back. I was paid back.
Yeah,
though.
because you were in my room screaming at me. It's just like, you're so manipulative. I always do whatever you do. I'm poor and you're doing all this. You're holding this over. You're abusing me. You're the most toxic person.
Literally none of those were talking
But
points.
let me say my piece.
Okay.
And I was just like, hey, what did I need specifically from the store?
You needed 3 lean cuisine meals, milk, cereal, and toilet paper. That's what it was, toilet paper.
Okay. We were wiping with Kleenexes, okay? And I was at work and I had to go home because I was not feeling well. And I was just like, you know what? I don't feel good. I just got back and I was like, hey, can you go out to the store and get some toilet paper and some of this stuff because I can't feel like cooking. I haven't cooked. I feel so bad. And she was just like, yeah. And it was 3 p.m. then. I took a nap. It was 5 and she still hadn't gone out. I was just like, don't you have to leave? She's like, yeah. She waited for another hour. And then
I said that doesn't matter. The point that I went out and got it for you when I didn't even need it in the first place.
And then, no, because and then she's blaming me. What she says, I was late. That was your own damn fault.
No, because there was rush hour traffic and I had to go across town to get the stuff for you, bring it back here,
across
then
town,
go over there.
Across town.
Yeah, and I ran out of gas, so I had to get the expensive gas around the corner.
Okay, less than probably a quarter of a mile.
Okay, fine. Maybe it's a quarter of a mile away, but it was still rush hour and it took me 7 to 10 minutes to get over there and 7 to 10 minutes to get back. So that was 20 minutes and then another 10 minutes to gather all your stuff.
Okay, but also...
Whatever. I was literally... There's nothing you can say I was in the right. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I made myself late. The point of the matter is you begged me to go out and get you stuff that I was leaving. I didn't need any of that stuff. I nicely went out and got it for you and you didn't even pay me back.
Comment below who's in the right. Because also...
There's nothing you can say I was in the right.
Because also I was willing to pay her back. I was like, yeah, give me... But I won't pay... for the toilet paper because we both need toilet paper. But then why do I use it?
Yeah, but I didn't. I was going away. I didn't need it. You needed it.
Why
are you saying you can pay for that yourself? Because
the last couple times that we have gone to the store, I gotten stuff to wash the dishes. I got laundry detergent and stuff like that, and I've paid for it, and I haven't asked you for money back.
This is the first time in Hannah's life that she's had money and bought stuff on her own, and now she thinks that she's the only one who buys anything.
Because I am. You don't buy the household essentials, and when you do go out to go grocery shopping, you only buy chips. You buy 4 bags of chips every single time, and you don't get anything of actual substance.
It's because if we get something of substance, what are we gonna do? Wait till it expires and throw it out? If we get chips, we'll eat it and I'll nourish myself.
No. You'll eat it. I'm not that big fan of the chips. You're always just oh, let's get queso, let's get salsa, let's get chips.
They're good.
Girl, this is why I'm so pissed. Because you eat like shit.
I do.
And you're however many pounds lighter than me. It pisses me off.
What can I say?
But my day started bright and early today. When I was woken up at 7 a.m., with gunshots out in front of my house.
I heard that too. I thought it was a dream. I forgot what time it was when I looked at the clock.
It was 7 a.m.
Yes, it was like 7 a.m. It was a time where I was like, it's not early enough for this to be like, oh, like people are just doing whatever outside. It's like, oh no, people are outside. People are working at this time.
What kind of beef do you have to start shooting at somebody at 7 in the morning?
I know.
It's a Saturday.
Like anyone who was out from the night before, like they're gone. Like they're probably asleep. Yeah. They're wherever they go.
That is a person on their morning job. And you're beefing?
Yeah. And I hate it because our Citizen app isn't updating, and I tried to search like,
oh my God, you have to pay
Midtown
like
shooting
$8.
and nothing. I'm like, if there's no news articles, how am I supposed to know what happened?
But no, so we've been beefing. And then today I said, okay, we were out shopping all day, which I didn't expect. And I was like, I'm tired. I kind of don't want to. I was like, okay, we'll go to dinner and I'll pay. But can we drive instead of walk like a mile and a half? Just because I'd been walking all day. My feet hurt. My feetsies hurt. She said no. I said, okay, so we're not going. I was willing to pay. I was willing to pay for a meal and a little drinky drink. And she said she made her decision. So we've been beefing.
Because we were right there. I didn't want to drive back home to get back in the car immediately and drive back there to park in a parking lot, to walk down the stairs through the concrete parking lot to get to a restaurant when the same restaurant is here that we can walk to in a beautiful walk on this beautiful day.
Yeah, where someone got shot this morning.
You always bring that up.
Ooh, that's so 8 hours ago.
Yeah, there was no news article. It's fine. Nothing happened.
But yeah, we live on a very busy road, so it's definitely hard to tell if someone's car is backfiring or if shots are being fired. But this morning it was absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things when every time a car backfires, I go, oh, was that gunshots? But this morning I was like, that is not a car backfiring. No, and that is not a firework. That is a gunshot. So, and it was a lot. It was like 10.
I know. It was like it woke me up.
It woke me up.
I know. It woke me up. I said, huh. And I went back to sleep.
Me too. Fake. I said, sounds far enough away.
No, it was not. Because I had the road facing.
I mean, like it wasn't in our building. It wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't in our building, house. But literally, it was on our front porch, basically.
Whatever.
God bless America.
I also thought, I was like, should I get up? It is 7.
No, I went back to sleep. I you know what? Sometimes and I'm a very nosy person. And sometimes I will if I hear people beefing out front, I will go and I'll stand on the balcony. I'll be like, what's happening? But this time I was just like, you know what? They're dealing with that themselves. I don't need to see.
Yeah.
One of the first pieces of advice I got when I moved to Atlanta at my tax job was this girl, and she said, get a gun. I said, okay. Because I had not gotten a taser yet, and I was just walking around with a rusty hammer from the 1970s in my bag, which I think is great. That's something that one of my friends, she lived in Philly, she told me. She said, walk around with a hammer. Nobody's going to mess with you if you're walking around swinging a hammer at everybody, which is true. So that's what I did. But she told me, get a gun. I have my gun right now. I said, oh, girl, which... It's crazy. It's crazy out here. These people are strapped at all times. Girl, everybody has a gun.
It is so weird.
Because in Georgia, I think in the state, not really the city. The city's just like, oh no. But in Georgia, you don't have to have the license. You don't have to have the gun registered. You don't have to have anything. And it's legal to carry around a gun. Concealed carry.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like once everyone learned that like a bunch of other people had it, they're like, well, now I have to have one because if everyone has a gun and I don't want to have a gun. So now everyone has a gun and it's like, oh my God.
By the way, if you're driving in Atlanta, don't honk at anybody.
Yeah, if you're driving in Atlanta and someone cuts you off, you say, okay, for sure. Thank you. But it's true. Yeah. You don't cut off anyone in Atlanta traffic.
I saw a TikTok and it said,
road rage.
Yeah. They said, when somebody cuts you off, have a carton of eggs and throw an egg at their car. I said, oh, You're not making it home tonight. Ooh, nah. All the comments were just like, hey, thoughts to your family, you know? Don't do that, you know? I mean, I don't know about any other city, but I know in Atlanta it's real bad.
Yeah, you just don't want to, which I never understood road rage. I'm like, in a vehicle, I am not going to get mad.
Exactly. I'm
going to keep my distance. And I'm going to say, thank goodness that car is now like in front of me and away from me, and I'm away from it.
Exactly. Why are you going to rear end somebody when you're mad? That's coming out of your paycheck. That's going to go on your insurance.
Yeah, like it just is never going to end well. No. Okay, let's get to the actual topic, which is scams.
Yeah. Do you know what I feel like? And it's absolutely definitely a scam, but I feel like especially older people and people who are not on the internet as much, they would not realize it's a scam.
What?
Online courses.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people still don't believe it's a scam.
But it very much is.
It is. Not necessarily it itself, but the price for sure is always a scam. Those things are worth... They're YouTube videos that people make you pay.
It's just a compilation.
$500 for. Like,
I remember there was this one thing, and I think it was Ninja, because I think I was watching a Drew Gooden video about it, and he said that like, Ninja had this online course that you pay like what $100 for, and in the course he's just like, yeah, you can just Google what kind of things to buy for a gaming setup, and they're like, I paid you. But you know who else is really, really, really big on these online courses scams?
What?
Bethany Beal.
I don't know who that is.
That's the girl to find a girl.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Course for what?
Oh my God. A course for how to have sex as a Christian.
No.
Yes. That's
the OnlyFans. She made an OnlyFans.
Basically, she got married and immediately started talking about, I love to suck and fuck on my husband. I was like, girl. But it's very, their beef, they're Nemisisters. Because the tea is that the older sister is infertile. And then the younger sister had like her first baby. And as a dig on trans people, she said, I'm a real woman. I'm carrying a baby because I can carry a baby. You're going to say that in front of your sister who is infertile? That's fucked up. First of all, it's fucked up because that's like you're attacking trans women. But that's fucked up that you did that knowing your sister can't have kids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is.
Dang.
There's beef there. And you can, love watching
is it beef
them.
or are you just assuming they have beef?
No, girl, if you watch them, they want to fucking kill each other.
I actually love that. If I see their videos, I love to watch
like us.
They like, but at least we admit it. They will look at each other like this.
I know. What are some other scams?
Well, along the courses scams thing, you always see those people on TikTok saying their courses, like, oh, all you have to do is take my course to learn how to become rich. And everyone is doing this, and that's how they got rich, is they sell these courses. They're not doing what they did in the video. So then I'm like, what are they saying in the video? Are they just is this like a...
And it's another thing of like...
endless loop of just create a course, sell the course, of how to create the course, to sell the course, to how to create the course.
Yeah, literally. And literally, it's just like...
Are people actually buying these is my question.
Hey, can I talk?
When I have something to say, I will say it. Because I don't value anything you say.
Yeah, I know. And I don't value anything you say.
Anything you say is just the space to fill when I'm thinking of something new to say.
Guys, comment below. Who is more valuable to this podcast? I think it's me, but that's just my opinion. I was going to say that this is another introduction of MLMs, because now MLMs are, you know, people are kind of more aware of them. But now it's another thing where it's preying on people, be like, you can do this. You're educating yourself. All you need to do is this, and then you're gonna be free. You're gonna be free of the 9 to 5. You're going to be free. You're going to be financially free. It's selling a dream of stability, which is so fucked up. Because who does it target? It targets the people who are in a situation where they need more money. They're not targeting entrepreneurs who are like, I'm a self-starter.
No, that is interesting that they are not targeting entrepreneurs. They are targeting like married moms, married women.
Yeah. And it's so because even right now, and I didn't even know, a lot, like recently, it's been more cost effective to quit your job and be a stay-at-home mom than it is to work and pay for childcare.
Yeah, and then if you are in the situation where you are someone who values doing work, you like to get out there and do work, and then you see that it would be more cost efficient for you to stay at home. That's not like, oh, I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I can't wait to do it. It's like, well, now this is kind of the only choice I have. And then you're like, well, now what I do when I have all this time, I mean, they don't have any time, but like they're like, I have this drive, I want to do something, and then this presents itself.
I will say I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I would rather be a working mom and have my partner be a stay-at-home partner.
Yeah, but that implies that you'd make enough money for your partner to stay at home.
Well, do you think I'd make enough money for us both to work and to send the kid to daycare? No, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And this is what I think that should happen again, but it's like, but so basically, I want to buy a house, have a kid, and then have my mom move in and stay with me just for the first 6 weeks or so. And you know, cause my mom will be like, oh, it's my grandbaby, she'll take care of it. She took care of me. I trust her with my baby, you know, and I can have some good sleep. But I feel like the ideal situation is to have your parents move in and they take care of the kid. And so the kid has constant attention. But also it's just like, damn, I can't stand my parents sometimes.
Yeah, but is it worth the $30,000 a year in childcare? You can't.
I don't hate them that much.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's how it's always been done. And now people are moving away as soon as they graduate or as soon as they finish college, and then they're so far away, so then they establish lives. I feel like it is for people to move away. After.
No, and not in America. Apparently, it's not as common in other countries.
Yeah, they like stay with their family for like a long time
until they're like
that kind of
married. But in America, it's just like as soon as. And I don't know if it's just like the American, because our parents were very much just like, okay, you're graduated, get out, you know? Go do it yourself, you know?
But they're also sick of us.
Well, I'm sick of them. Goes both ways. But that's the ideal thing. And then, you know, the grandparents are just like, oh, little babies, you know? And they take care of them. I would love to have an in-law suite so I can just take them. Because I also do feel a responsibility, mostly because, you know, my parents did it for my grandma, where when my parents get old, I will, or at least one of us kids, will take them into the house and care for them in their old age.
Yeah, so then they don't have to pay for the expensive nursing home care.
Yeah, and then when they die, when they croak, you can take their money. And that's how you build generational wealth.
Bruh. But I think it is, like, everyone wants to leave their hometown. Even now, like, I know so many people from my hometown in Pennsylvania now living here in the South. Like, so many people, almost everyone I knew from my high school, like, went in to live somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you settle in that place, and then you establish yourself and your career and your family, your secondary family, I guess, and they're like, oh, wait, now everyone in my family is over here. I'm disconnected from them. I have this life here that I can't just uproot and move back home. And I feel like it's like kind of sobering where you're like, okay, well, actually now why did I do that? Because I kind of shot myself in the foot in multiple different avenues. It's like you work a 9 to 5, you only have so many vacation days off. When are you going to go home to visit your family?
Exactly.
Like right now, I just got this 9 to 5, and they're like, oh yeah, we have off Christmas Day, and then the next day you come to work, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, so I live far away from my family. When am I supposed to visit them?
I have to be back in office. I have to go from Pennsylvania to Georgia. I have to be back in office on the 26th of December.
Yeah. And it's just like if you...
And this is a job with benefits. This is a job with PTO, you know? But they are like, no, we can't do that. You have to come in or else we'll fire you. So it's just like, what choice do you have? But again, and if, you know, parents move in with their kids when they're older, it also takes the stress off of having a retirement fund, which is where so much of my money is going nowadays. It's all into savings. It's all into retirement funds. It's all into a 401k. Like, that's where my money goes, you know? And another thing that I think is absolutely a scam is Roth IRAs. And I know...
I hard disagree, but okay.
No, because I've talked about this before and you agree with me.
Okay.
Right now, we have to do it, you know? We absolutely have to do it. It's like it's like death if you don't invest for your retirement, you know? That's what people say. You always have to invest. And that's what all these rich people say is that invest in the stock market, invest in the stock market. Why? Here's what happens. All these people are saying, invest. You see all those influencers saying, the rich get rich because they invest most of their money. What the hell is investing? It's buying stocks. So when you, and you're, I mean, I don't have the time and I don't care enough and I don't do that enough to follow the stock market. Even though the stock market is just playing cards, it's not real money, okay? I'm tired of you damn people saying it is. But here's what happens. They say, okay, put it in the NASDAQ. We'll take your money and we'll play with it. We'll go, and then you get, or I think with IRAs or something. We'll take your money and we'll play with it. You know, we'll put it and we'll give you 6% back, maybe. And if we lose money, you lose your money too. So you don't get anything if we lose. But if we make a lot of money, you only get 6%. You know?
So I think you get as much as as the stock goes up.
But the thing is that we're told that this is the only way to do it.
That is interesting because that means
we're told to give money to the ultra rich to play with, to gamble with. That's what the stock market is. It's gambling.
Yeah, and it's like every paycheck you get, a certain amount gets pulled out for taxes to give to the government, to put back into our society as a system, to give us stuff like libraries and roads and the post office, etc. But then we also put almost a similar amount of money into to give to businesses for them to promise us retirement.
Yes.
So is that not a similar thing as taxes, except we're letting private businesses do whatever they want with it, not for the good of the people?
I guess public because they're in the stock market.
Okay,
but still, that's gambling. It's rich people gambling, and they say this is how. But then the thing is that they say, oh, you're not investing your money. They always say invest your money. What happens if I invest all my money and it goes to shit? There's no backup for me, and people are gonna be like, well. Sorry, that's what you told me to do to get rich. That was your solution to becoming financially free. And now I'm shit out of luck if I don't get a good draw? The stock market?
You can write it off on your taxes as a loss.
Girl, I'll be bankrupt. I'll be nothing.
I guess, yeah.
And another thing, invest in real estate. For what? To rob somebody else of their chance of investing in real estate when you have a rental property? You're taking that chance from somebody else?
Yeah, for them to build their wealth.
And the thing is that whenever somebody tries to explain the stock market to you, they're like, what if you had a cookie? I said, what's actually happening here? You know? They're like, what if you wanted to open up a lemonade stand? Shut the hell up! Shut up! Oh my God, shut up! I don't care.
Oh my gosh, when I was in middle school, they gave us all iPads and they gave us this little stock game where it had the real stock performances, but it was like a fake stock buying. They gave us fake money to buy to buy real stocks.
I remember that. I did that too.
And literally everyone got so addicted to it. They were on these all day long trading stocks. And I was like, this can't be healthy. This is just training everyone. Sure, you're teaching us about stocks, but you're right. Is it
But
just
also it's
gambling?
just like, is it actually constructive to the society?
It's like when you want to invest in your, if you like have a financial manager and you ask to invest your money in, they'll say, do you want something that will make you money or do you want to do good for society? Because there are differences, and you can still make money from the good for society stocks, but you're not going to make as much money. And then you yourself as just like a person who wants to retire is faced with a decision. Do you want to give your money to people, bad people who are doing who knows what?
Do you want to give money? Do you want to give your hard-earned post-tax dollars to an oil company so that maybe maybe you can afford your electric bill when you're 80 years old. Is that what you want to do?
And then you're like, well, I have to survive, so I guess I'm going to choose this. But it's like,
Exactly.
I will hate myself. And then when everyone does that, then they're just getting all of the money, so much more, getting more powerful. And it's like
there's this whole thing about BlackRock literally funding like all these things with it, and it goes back to the Iraq War and like all this stuff because the oil. They're like, oh, BlackRock goes with I'm afraid I'll get shot in the head through the window because I'm saying this, but they're just like, has all these oil companies causes climate change, and it's just like this is bad. But what choice do I have to retire? I have to invest in these companies because that's the only way I can retire. So it really is. Do you want to be a good person or do you want to live for longer?
yeah. Or it's like, yeah, do you want to survive when you're old?
Okay, no, fine. All right, I'll shoot myself when I'm 65, if that's what you want. Because it's so much just like, there is not a perfect person. No matter how much you try to be, if you're zero waste, if you're all this stuff, there's no such thing as a perfect person. When you hold yourself to standards where it's like, I have to be eco-friendly, everything. It's just like you're hurting yourself, You're hurting your quality of life. It's just like sometimes, I try to recycle as much as I can, and we use a lot of we have a lot of eco-friendly habits.
We do what we can when we can.
Yeah, but also, I will buy a jug of milk and I will not put it in glass because I'm going to a Walmart, Because, again, it's like, all right, I could get the more eco-friendly version, but it costs, double the amount,
Yeah.
So people who are not as financially set cannot be those good people and those eco-friendly people because they can't afford it. Not only, and even if they could afford it, they don't have the time.
Yeah, it's so time-consuming. There was This American Life podcast about this guy who learned about all this climate change stuff and got super into it, made his family do all this stuff, and literally his whole family fell apart because they were like, we cannot keep doing this. This is insane. This is not sustainable for us as people.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep doing this all the time because he was like, we are the reason this is happening. We have to do literally everything we can. It was like no trash, going to climate protests all the time, just doing all these little things never having the lights on, just everything you can think of. And it's everything will always come down to community. It's like if everyone does a small little thing instead of 5 people doing everything in the world that they can, it just will be mountains better if everyone just does a little bit.
Like me putting Cheerios into a Ziploc bag to take to work for lunch is not the same as companies
pouring oil into the ocean.
Exactly. Setting the ocean on to fucking fire. That's not the same thing. So it's whenever you're feeling bad and you're using plastics, just you're the least of the problem,
Yeah.
I think that people should be more eco-friendly, but that's just oh my God, greenwashing is a scam.
Yeah.
Pisses me off so much.
It makes me so mad, unbelievably mad. When I learned that when you take something biodegradable and you throw it in the trash, it is not biodegradable. It just stays plastic like everything else because it doesn't have the nitrogen to break it down.
No, even if you put it in the compost, when they say compostable, everything that says biodegradable, especially plastic things, they are biodegradable in a very, very, very specific set of conditions where it's you have to have other chemicals and stuff. It's just and then people look at them and they're like, oh, okay. But also it's all these just the cleaners and the reusable bags, they will put a cardboard thing in plastic and say, oh, it's eco-friendly because it's made of cardboard. It's in plastic.
Yeah. Or they'll make something a little bit more durable but it's still single use. And it's okay, I'm just going to throw this away. It didn't save anything.
Exactly.
I'm just throwing away glass instead of plastic.
I know. But glass is pretty insane because it's infinitely recyclable.
Yeah, it's the plastic that does not even make any sense to recycle.
I know.
And it just gets thrown in the trash. When you put it in the recycling bin, it's going to get thrown in the trash. There's no reason to recycle it because...
I just can't imagine that is a sustainable thing, like plastic. And it's not because of fossil fuels. But also it's like, you're using this, it cannot be recycled. You have to go through all this processing to make plastic, and then you throw it away, and you cannot use it for anything else. It's just like, I have a controversial take.
Okay.
Humans should not be out in outer space.
Okay.
What are you doing up there?
But it's also like, what are they going to ruin? The solar system, the planets? Like, no. Like,
I don't know. They ruined our planet.
Yeah, because that's all we have access to.
But now we have access to the moon.
We have access slightly. What are they going to do up there?
They're going to put trash up there. They're going to shoot trash into the sky. Which sometimes I'm like, could that be a solution? There's so much space. Why can't we just take a rocket and put the trash in the sky?
I think it would take so much more
Why can't we
energy.
shoot it into the sky, into the sun?
I think it would take so much more energy to shoot everything up there, build the infrastructure to get it up there in the first place.
I know, but then if we shoot it into the sun, it's
maybe
just
if we build something that's like super aerodynamic and it's like through a slingshot.
No, they actually do. They're planning on making a rocket like that, where it's just like a thing and then it zoop. Why can't we do that? Like, okay, trash pollution, all right. Like space pollution, I'm like, there's so much space.
Yeah.
But also that's so fucked up.
I think
I could not get behind that. But I'm like, oh, maybe if push comes to shove, maybe.
I think a big part of it though is that most things, it would have to launch beyond our orbit, and just it'd be really hard to get it to go beyond our orbit. And then just like all of the space debris, all of the satellite debris of all the past satellites just circling, it's crazy how much space has been taken up. Yeah. So I feel like if we launch trash up there, it wouldn't actually make it out of our orbit. It would just circle the Earth and we could see it fly by. And we'll just put all of our trash up there so it's so filled with trash that we just have a trash sky circling us at all times.
But if we launch it into the sun, listen, the sun's gravity pulls it in. It burns it.
That would have to be so far. We are so not scientists. Anyone listening to
because listen, if we do the little thing, because the thing is that we just have to push it out of our orbit, because there's no wind resistance in space. So we just have to push it a little bit towards the sun. It'll keep on going. And then eventually it'll go into the sun's gravitational field. It'll just keep on going.
What if
we need to explore
this? It's not a bad idea.
Hold my hand.
I don't like to touch you.
Oh shit, my water bottle.
But what if that trash then hits something? I mean, I don't know if this is like a ball of trash that's like compressed together, or if it's like just literally little pieces that split apart, or if it hits something and then it comes back to Earth, and then we have like this cannon of just like trash that comes barreling down to Earth.
Then we take the lasers. Then we nuke it in space. We take a nuclear bomb and we shoot it into space. And
have we tried that? Have we tried like nuking the moon as an experiment?
No, but they have tried blowing up an asteroid. In case like an asteroid is coming towards Earth. I'm like, at that point, just let us go. Don't tell us. Let us go. You know.
No, because I think that would be very painful, because I don't think it would be ever. Bruh, my earring just fell out of my ear.
Girl, you have a loose earosty. Where's the back?
I don't know how that happened.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I watched that.
That's concerning.
Girl.
My ear is rejecting the earring.
I know. I don't have my ears pierced. I had them, but then they closed, and now I want to get them pierced again, but I cannot justify spending over $20.
I know, it's so cheap. The set is so cheap.
What?
Oh, I'm talking about if you buy a set on Amazon. It's literally so cheap to buy an earring punch.
It's a hole punch. It's a stapler that they put in your ear.
Well, because I tried it. I took a safety pin and I tried to.
And tried
through her ear.
But the thing is that it just wouldn't. It wasn't.
It was
smooth.
so thick and it's not sharp enough, and like you could hear a crunch. The crunch of like.
I know. I mean, I took it like a champ.
I know. I was actually very surprised.
But I was worried about her because she was piercing my ear. I said, "You're gonna hear a crunch. Just keep on going."
No, I couldn't do it. I heard the crunch and I was like, "Oh no, I can't." After
I'm a champ though. I had this pierced. The septum piercing is so unpainful. It's crazy.
No, I think what a scam is when we went to that place to ask how much a piercing was, and they said what, like $100 to get your ears pierced. Remember?
Yeah.
And not only
each
that,
ear.
They were high, and it's like you.
Oh my God! They were
$100 for a
smoking
high
in front of me.
person?
You're gonna put a needle in my skin while you're toked?
They were
oh my God!
And charge you an exorbitant amount of money.
Plus, you're expected to tip on top of that, bitch.
You're high.
What? You're gonna spend the tip money on the weed man? You're gonna give it to the weed man?
Literally-
I'm gonna spend my money on the weed man.
Literally, you were like, "Hi, how much does it cost for an earring?" And they were like,
On your ear? Yeah, earring. Hey.
Literally, there was just
earring.
people in the back just like laying on couches, just like
Yeah.
spaced out of their mind
And it's just like in public
at your job.
at your job. But I mean, hey, I can't tattoo people, piercing people, even tattoo people. You're gonna be high. You're
I
gonna
know.
start coloring in.
For
That's
a permanent
crazy.
job on someone. If you're working retail, you can be high.
I know.
Like, it's fine.
Retail people deserve to be just blasted, you know? If you're working, one time I was high as shit at Bath and Body Works. I wasn't working. But I was sitting there in front of the car refreshing. I was really like, and people were like, "Hey, you good?" I said, I'm thinking. Hey, that was a glorious moment. But really, and I'm just like, why can't I get like, because a sewing needle didn't work.
Well, because we didn't have anything to like press. I
Yeah.
had a thimble, but why don't we do that? Because
I know. Take a thumbtack, just hold my ear and go. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I pierced my friend's nose with a sewing needle. And,
oh my God. Wait, how did that work? And this didn't. We should try a sewing
no,
needle.
it didn't work.
Oh.
It went halfway through, and I was sitting there for 20 minutes on her lap, just digging that thing in there. But the thing is, I feel like the septum piercing is like the least painful piercing. Like it hurt significantly less than these. But yeah, and I was digging that in there, and it was awful. Eventually, she just took it out. I'm so sorry. That was horrible.
It's probably a scar now.
Oh yeah, but it's not like nobody can see it. Again,
nose.
nobody
It's
can
in the
see it. I
center of
can
your
flip
face.
it up. It's just like,
Oh, septum. Oh,
Yeah.
you tried to pierce her septum.
yeah.
Oh my God, you're just like a sewing needle in the middle of her nose.
Yeah. And we were trying to I had gloves and all. Eventually, I just said, put hand sanitizer on. I need to get in there with my fingers. I was picking her nose. It didn't get infected, though, so.
That's good.
Yeah. What are some other scams?
Oh, well, I know when I tried to look up apartments, any apartment, like so many apartments you see online are now scams. They'll take like Zillow listings or whatever,
Yeah.
and they'll post the exact same thing on like a Craigslist or a Facebook Marketplace or something. And
They
they'll
say $50 application fee. Fuck you.
yeah, and they'll say, oh, you can see the place once you fill out an application fee. And it's like, well, why would I do that?
Exactly. And the thing is that they get so many views. I see it on Zillow.
Yeah.
Is that they have thousands in 10 days. And then it's just like, I think you said it's just like, it's honestly more profitable to keep it up and have people keep on paying these application fees.
Oh, yeah.
Than it is to actually rent out the location.
You know, I was talking about like literal scams, like people scamming with listings, but that is also a scam. Is the people who I know someone who paid for 5 different applications before someone accepted them, because they said fill out an application and we'll see, like we'll try and get you in, but then they're like someone else got the apartment.
Like your entire job is just owning your job is having a place, not even a house. This is a shitty, like the apartment we have is a shitty apartment. You have a shitty apartment. You do not do any maintenance. Your only job is to like allow people to live there. Allow people who are looking for a roof over their head. You say, you know what? We're doing too much. We gotta charge them an application fee. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like,
How much, and again, how much of literal capitalism is a scam? I don't even think we've talked about any scams. Because right now it's just capitalism.
No, you're right.
What am I saying? The entirety of capitalism is a scam. Do you know what's so funny?
What?
MLMs, or more specifically pyramid schemes. I will hear people talk about them and they're like, oh, that's so fucked up. That like, this person just hires people under them and then those people make the money.
They make their money from selling you
Is
the
that
idea of
not
making your own money.
management? Is
Yeah.
that not management and how corporations work?
I mean, the biggest part that is the literal illegal part of the scam is when you have so much inventory that you cannot sell. And then you're just underwater. At least in a management corporate America setting, you're at least making some kind of money.
I guess, but like literally, that's what it is. It's the person at top hires a couple people. Oh, you're my board of directors. They hire a couple of people. And then they're not doing anything. Do you know what? I didn't know how profits worked. Apparently,
I still am not quite sure because then, like, if you put all your money back into the business,
that's
like,
technically a nonprofit. No. Listen, here's how it works. At the end of each quarter, they say, here are the profits. And I think this is with publicly owned companies, like everything that's in the stock market. The profit, the billions of dollars of profit goes to the people who hold the stock. So the board of, like, the chairman or something, if you, like, again, going back to stocks, if you own 25% of this cookie, they will get, like, millions upon millions of dollars every single quarter. So and that's where your dividends come from.
I'm curious who those people are. Is that their job to just sit at a desk and say, how much money have you made me? Like, not managing anything, not running the corporation. They just sit there and say, how much money have you made today? And then they say, oh, that's not enough money. Make it more.
So let's put this into Arrested Development terms.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say we have literally no knowledge.
I don't know anything.
So dumb.
I know that it's fucking stupid. Listen, if I don't understand anything, you're stupid. I'm smart, okay? If I don't understand, you're the problem. But anyways, so the whole Bluth family, right? They each owned bits of the stock. You know what? I tried. You know what?
Yeah, I think you're like, actually, I don't understand.
I think they're just like, we should do this. But they don't actually do anything. They don't actually add anything to the company.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream job, is it not? To just say whatever you want.
Yeah,
and then just
they're
do
living
nothing
the American
and
dream.
then just get money.
Exactly. They're sitting there doing jack shit, and they get millions of dollars. Fuck yeah. Again,
that's the dream.
How much? Okay, let's go through capitalism.
Yeah, if I had that job,
how much of this is a fucking scam?
I know, and it's like, yeah, if I had any of those jobs, I would fight tooth and nail to make sure that I get to maintain that lifestyle and nobody else could get to where I was to take my money. Not saying that I personally would do it, but it's like, oh yeah, for sure. They're like, no, I like making all the money in the world. I like keeping everyone down so that I can stay up.
Exactly. It's just like, and the thing is that, like, you, if you talk to me, it's just like, I would love to be rich, but my idea of rich is like owning a home, and raising a family and going on vacation to Europe once a year. The thing is, these people are just like, you're taking away my money. You have 47 yachts.
I know.
Oh my God.
And it's like when someone has so much money that there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to buy. What do? You have to turn to some kind of criminal thing because there's nothing else in life.
No, it's an addiction. I fully believe that it's an addiction.
Yeah.
Because at that point, if you're making so much money, those numbers aren't real. $1 is nothing.
They're
to you.
not
It's just
real.
a number that you want to get up.
When you have $1 billion, what's $5 billion more? It does not matter. It does not make a difference
to you.
But
to people who are living paycheck to paycheck, a fraction of a fraction could mean them being set for the rest of their life. Again, capitalism.
It is a scam, especially because government was created to protect the people from big businesses.
Exactly.
And now they're just being financed by the big businesses
exactly.
to do what they want.
Exactly.
And they'll sprinkle in some stuff to be like, oh no, we're still doing what we wanted to protect you. We have OSHA.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
OSHA's a bad bitch, though. OSHA will fuck you up. I love OSHA. Because OSHA, a union, I think.
Okay,
I love unions.
Do you think this is a scam? I saw this guy who said he goes into warehouses and he'll get a job at a warehouse and he'll see everything that's wrong with it and he'll sue the company for going against like
that's
OSHA
an honest
standards.
Man. That is an honest man.
Yeah, I mean he's just saying what he sees. And he's just bringing to attention the things that are mismanaged.
I think he's one of the smartest people in our generation. I would do it too.
I just am curious how he keeps getting hired. Probably because they're just like, yeah, you'll work, we'll take you.
But yeah, no, I don't see anything wrong with that. Because first of all, these companies have a standard to uphold. And if they're not having the standard upheld, now I do think that it's kind of like, it kind of sucks for people that's been working there like, shit, why didn't I do this? But hey, that's more honest than any CEO. That is more honest work than any. People picking off the gum off their bottom of the shoe is more honest work than a CEO sitting at a damn table being like, yes, green line goes up, bear.
I still have no idea what you mean when you say that.
I don't either, because it's fucking stupid. What the hell is a bear market? They're looking at lines and say, oh, that's a bear. That kind of looks like a, what the hell are you talking about? I can't stand this.
I love how you're talking as if you have an economics degree.
What? Okay, but what does a person with an economics degree? They say revenue minus expense equals profit. Bam. What else do you do? What else do you do?
That's fair.
I also think that entrepreneurship is a scam. All these people are like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Why? What are you doing?
I don't even understand what that means. I always thought, oh, entrepreneur means inventor. But it's like, oh, no, you just start businesses, but...
most of them fail? It kind of seems like you're a loser.
It sounds like it's people who don't want to work, and so they're like, I'll just make money. Like, it sounds like people are like, I just want to make money. I don't want to work, though.
Yeah, for real. For real. But... here's another.
And you know what? I think a lot of entrepreneurs are very good salesmen, so they're very good at being like getting the money, getting the things in place, and then as soon as it's like time to work, they're like, okay, time for me to back out. I'm
like the guy
business.
that did Firefest. Yeah. I think they're. But do you know another big part of capitalism? That's so much a scam.
What?
Drop shipping.
Oh my God, drop shipping is such a scam. I saw this thing on Etsy that had a bunch of patches, and it said, if you buy 2 at a time, they will not come in the same package. Do not ask for it. It will not come in the same package. And someone was like, why? And I was like, probably because it's being drop shipped.
Yeah.
And they're like, just straight up, one is coming from Thailand, one is coming from China. Like, it will not come in the same package. Mm-hmm. Also, if it was an easy way to make money, everyone would be doing it.
Everybody tries to do it. But isn't Amazon drop shipping?
Yeah, Amazon is a huge drop shipper.
Because the thing is that all these products that they're selling, the people are selling them on their own websites.
Yeah. I remember I went to Etsy because I wanted a really, really cute cover for my car keys because mine was all messed up.
And you came in and it didn't fit.
That's good. They sent me the wrong one. I bought the wrong one. And so I found it on Etsy, these really, really cute ones, but they were like $30. And I was like, that's so weird. But then I was also like, these pictures are too professional.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not an Etsy thing. So I back searched the photo, found it through Alibaba. And I was like, oh, they're selling for 6 cents.
Yeah.
And then I just like, I'll just buy one from here. So I bought one for like 6 cents with like $5 in shipping. Mm-hmm. And I got it. And I was like, oh my God, these people, I just hate when they're selling it through a facade of being a small business,
exactly,
of being a handcrafted, handmade item, when they're drop shipping, because people are paying for something that came from someone's hands in the United States, someone that could be a peer here.
Exactly. Stimulating the economy.
Yeah, like that's what people are willing to pay that money for.
Yeah.
If you're shipping it across the world, they're like, no, I'll go somewhere else then.
You know what? I haven't bought anything off of Amazon. I'll use Amazon as a search engine, but I won't use Amazon because it's awful,
Yeah, and just like anyone can put anything on there because it's a marketplace.
Yeah.
And who knows what shops you're setting up.
So what does Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Bezos.
They both have
Jeff Goldblum sounds like this. Hi, I want to know what you are doing today.
Is he the sexy one?
Yeah. He's also like 70 years old or something.
That don't matter. But is Jeff Bezos working the fucking warehouse? Then he should not get any of that money. And the thing is that like,
well, he should get paid for his labor, but like surely his labor is not $10,000 a minute.
A second is probably more accurate.
It's actually that is not the cost of his labor.
Exactly. What labor are you doing? And it's just like, all these, and like our parents specifically are just like, oh, well, a small business. If you do not run a business that's able to run ethically, maybe you should change your business. You know, just because you want to run a business doesn't mean that you have a path on ethics.
Yeah, I never understood that. It's like, why are you hiring more employees when you can't pay them well? Like,
exactly.
You should have the income to match. If you're getting more income because more orders are coming through or whatever, then you match the amount of people that you would need for the more income. Like, it just doesn't make sense when they're like, the only thing I can think of is like maybe a restaurant where you need like a waiter and a cook. But not even them, because I see these like you'll see Chinese places or Indian places or whatever. There's like 2 people in that whole place.
And they're whipping that shit up.
They cook it, they host, they take the phones, and they serve you. They'll like cook it up and then serve you. Like, they don't need that many employees.
If you're getting any like takeout food, like always go for the 3.5 places, because anything that's 5, they're not, you know, it's too good. But if they have low quality and they're making good food, it hovers around that 3.5.
No, but see, I went to this place called Nonstop, which was like a fast food. It looked like a hipster, bougie, just like a little cafeteria type Indian food place.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I was like, okay, this is like fine, but it doesn't taste
it's not
like
authentic.
It doesn't taste like Indian food. Like, the spices aren't there. It just tastes like, I don't know.
Okay,
like
to be fair, it had no spice in it.
Yeah, it had like no spice in it. It just
no
tastes like
spice.
Americanized chicken with sauce on it.
Yeah, tomato chicken.
Yeah, it tasted like tomato chicken. And I was like, okay. So I gave a review, and I was like, yeah, like the food is fine and the atmosphere is cool, but like it definitely is not authentic. Like, if you want real Indian food, go somewhere else, because like this is very whitewashed Indian food. And literally the owners responded, and they were like, hi, we are 2 brothers from India, and we came here, and we so sorry you didn't like our food. And
You're
I felt
a
so
bad person.
I know, but it's true. It didn't taste.
It did not taste
honestly,
like it.
And I would say maybe that's true Indian food, and Indian food we call authentic. It's just the Americanized, the way that Indian people serve it to Americans in order for them to like it. But then I'm like, why would you make it so hipstery if it's going to be
It
actually
was just
the authentic
no.
Indian
It was
food?
It was not really flavorful.
Yeah.
It was just tomato paste and chicken.
Yeah, it didn't
which hey, I'll eat that up any day.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it was fine. It just didn't taste like Indian food to me. It didn't taste like chicken tikka masala. I love chicken tikka masala. But yeah, I felt so bad. I literally deleted that. I was like, I'm sorry.
And then you write another one. This is so good.
No, I am so bad at sticking to my authentic self. Every time I post a TikTok.
Oh, you have no spine.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Every time I post a TikTok and it starts to pick up even the slightest amount of traction, I just go delete. Like,
Jason Dolly messaged you. The guy that played PJ on Good Luck Charlie.
yeah, I made a TikTok about Jason Dolly, and I was like, this is how I feel. Like, I watched this movie, so, like, he was so good, and then he became this character, and like, what happened? Like, and then it picked up traction, and I was like, oh God, like, I just made a video about a person who doesn't know me. Now this is weird. Like, now it's weird. And I was like, and then he messaged me, and he was just like, oh my gosh, like, your video meant so much. And I was like, this is so embarrassing.
You were
for
like,
me.
kill me now.
I was like, say one thing and I'll delete the whole thing. I will delete it if you say the word. Yeah, he was super nice, but I was very embarrassed.
And the thing is that I'm the opposite of you. I got canceled. I got fully canceled.
So you love the cancellation. You're like,
I love it, because guess what? They're commenting and my interactions are going up. I say like I have like 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm deleting my TikTok, by the way. I need to start over. But no, I basically said that the way that Dylan Mulvaney teased her face reveal post her facial feminization surgery was kind of similar to the way that Dream, which I could talk about Dream all day, Dream teased his face reveal with like revealing to their friends first and posting their reactions. When I tell you, they were calling for my head.
Yeah, they were like, you should be dead.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You would have thought I just said that like Dylan Mulvaney should be killed. No, I said, hey, this kind of reminded me of this.
You're like, haha, it's so funny because like it was
The
similar.
thing is that I literally said Dylan Mulvaney's face reveal, how she teased it, reminds me of Dream. And people were like, so you're saying you hate her? And I'm like, and I made another video saying, hey, I just said, hey, let's read it back. Let's go again. How she teased her face reveal reminded me of how Dream teased his face reveal. Read that again. And they still didn't fucking get it. They were saying, I think maybe they thought that was a diss at her, but then I literally went back in the video and said, no, I love her. I think she's amazing, even though I don't like her now because she's a sellout. But that's just me. But I was like, I was just saying this. People were calling for my fucking scalp. They wanted me dead.
But I also think the internet is.
And I kept that shit up. I kept that shit up. I was laughing at him.
God, you're so annoying.
I am. But guess what? That gets the views.
Again, I would hate if I found you online. I would cyberbully you.
Yeah, and I'd cyberbully you, and I do it in real life.
I
real life bully you.
I know, but I think it's when you cyberbully me online. Like I feel like my online presence is kind of like very nice and cute. And I posted this cute little video. I forgot what it was. Oh, my hair. When I cut my hair and it looked so ugly. And so then I posted something else, and Hannah commented on it something mean but she would just say to my face something that she would say to my face, and literally everyone was like, you don't do that here, like we're not doing that.
I do that here. I do that to your face. You wouldn't say that to her in real life. Yeah, I would. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no. Like I'm just like, no guys, you don't understand, like it's okay.
Yeah, it happens.
I was like,
the thing is that she has this, at least, and she admitted it right here, she doesn't have a spine.
Yeah,
when she gets off camera, when I tell you this is the biggest bitch I have ever met in my goddamn life.
It's because I'm training. I'm trying to practice having a spine.
For me only? And you gaslight me? You're like, I'm going to practice having an alternate universe where everything you do is wrong and everything I do is right. And I'm just method acting here. I say, you shut the hell up.
No, okay, tell me one thing that I do where, what did you say? I manipulate you? I gaslight you? Tell me one time that's happened.
Okay, let's go back. Hey, let's go back to what we just talked about this episode where you were like, you made me late. You made me do all these things. You had me at gunpoint. You had me at gunpoint. You made me do these things. And then you didn't pay me. Where I was just like, hey.
Because that was true.
But I was just like, hey, I asked you to do this and then you didn't do it. And then you made yourself late and then you blamed it on me. And then you were like, I'm gonna kill you. Give me $200.
That has nothing to do
over $30.
That has nothing to do with the fact that you didn't pay me back. That's what I.
But I did like 20 minutes later because she was standing in my room saying, "You are a fat fuck. You are worthless. Give me $200." Say it's not true. Say it's not true.
It's not true.
Oh wow! Look at her.
Why would you say I said that?
Because you did.
I never said any of that.
No, she will literally be like, whenever she wants to go out and do something and I don't, she's like, you're wasting away in your life. What about, you said you wanted to be skinny? How about you get out and walk, you big fat ass?
So I do that all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I'll be like, no, we have to walk there because don't you want to get some exercise?
Aren't you a big fat fuck and you don't want to be skinny? Hey, isn't like this your biggest insecurity? Let's explore that.
I'll say if we walk there, then we can exercise and work off the food we eat.
You're so
and then
toxic.
you're like, oh, you're bullying me. You're so toxic.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, it's a win-win. I'm just trying to convince you.
It's a win-win. You can get skinny, and I can do what I want. Yeah, you'll be miserable, and you're gonna be hot, and your feet are gonna be hurting and everything. I have really bad feet. Actually.
Then go to a podiatrist. That's not my problem.
I'm gonna make it your problem.
You do make it my problem.
And I do. I get all up on her. I'm like, by the way, if anybody wants feet pics, I will be selling them. I will be selling them. You know? I'm willing to. And that's why I keep socks on, because I'm not giving away this content for free. I have really cute feet. Please contact me. I will sell them. You want socks? Done. You want used shoes? Done. I mean, another scam is just like with MLMs. That is really interesting is like Mary Kay. I didn't realize that Mary Kay was an MLM, and it very obviously is, you know?
Yeah.
And like I had Mary Kay when I was in middle school, and another one, Pampered Chef.
Yeah, but Pampered Chef has like good products.
I guess.
And you can't. I don't think you can buy them unless you like go to a party.
I guess so, but I just know that in our home there is a rubber Pampered Chef spatula that has a little bite taken out of it for some reason.
Okay, you say that like we didn't used to take them and just gnaw on them.
They're so rubbery. I love it. I mean,
Yeah, it was perfect for that.
It was.
But I like their products.
You would take the brownie batter and just be sucking on it.
It's like going out the whole
I know.
mouth wide.
It's like, girl, it's so bad.
No, I want brownie mix. I think I make.
Girl, we have brownies.
We're gonna make brownies after this. Ah! Okay. Anyway, skincare.
Okay, skincare.
And hair care. I don't get hair care because people go back and forth. They're like, oh, all these like cheaper products like Pantene or Tresemme, they're ruining your hair. It's making it fall out. You think it's silky, but it's actually just like coating it with wax. And then they'll go and say, oh, this expensive brands.
Girl, your earring's about to fall again.
I know. They'll go and say, oh, these expensive brands of shampoo, they're doing nothing for you. They're actually not even cleaning you at all. Then they'll say the only way you can do it is through not washing your hair at all. Then they'll be like, washing your hair actually is good. You shouldn't not be washing your hair. I just don't know what the answer is and what is actually doing a good thing.
And the thing is that how much of that is actual advice and how much is that buy my product?
Yeah, that's the thing. You just don't even know these days what is coded in trying to sell something.
Did it fall?
Yes, it did.
But yeah, and again, and that's the same thing with skincare. I'm just like, some of the times the best my skin has ever looked is when I don't wash it and I just rinse it with water. So what the hell?
Don't believe that.
No, it's true. Whenever I start washing my face consistently, I break out. I used to have really, really, really bad skin.
That was weird. You did have really bad skin.
And honestly, I think it was just because of puberty. It was like when I was 13. But I had medications. I literally took an oral medication. I don't think it was Accutane, but it was an oral medication. And I had a topical lotion. And it just did not do anything. It made my skin peel off.
Yeah, it just made you really flaky.
And dry.
Yeah, and it made it worse, quite honestly.
I feel like, yeah. But also half the days I didn't even take it because I forgot. But yeah. So again, it's just like, and I fell victim. I always say this. I was radicalized by Pinterest. I was an anti-vaxxer because of Pinterest. But when I say that, I mean that I was an anti-vaxxer for skincare. They told me, put lemon juice on your face.
You're about to spill that wine.
Put lemon
down or don't gesticulate that much.
Put lemon juice on your face and rub in baking soda. It'll give you a real good exfoliation. I said, okay, why does my skin burn? Why do I have bubbles and blisters on my skin? It must be the purge from the chemicals. No, you're just you're putting acid on your face, which is crazy. And that's crazy that I used to do that.
Yeah, it is a slippery slope when you try to go to natural products.
Exactly. I was just like, I need to coat my hair in coconut oil. And then I was just like, why is my hair so greasy? Why is my forehead breaking out? Maybe it's because I'm putting oil on every single part of my body. And then I slip and fall in the shower and I can't get up.
Yeah, our shower was so slippery when you were doing the coconut oil stuff.
I know. It still is now.
So slippery.
But again, it was sold to me because I was just like, yeah, a lot of these skincare things are scams, and it's like, but how much is that a scam? I don't think that's a scam just because they're not selling you anything.
Yeah, it's like a loose scam.
Yeah.
It's just generalized. But I think what also is a loose scam is makeup, because I feel like makeup pretty much does the same thing. Like, I feel like one makeup product isn't going to be a lot better than a so much more expensive makeup product.
How much different can it be?
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant, and like I could say similar things with clothes when people are like, how much more different could like a nice brand be? And I'm like, I think it's...
I mean, cloths are extremely different,
Yeah, but I think it didn't used to be like that. I think there wasn't... In quality-wise, there wasn't a huge difference between a low-tier...
Girl, I'm scared. We just got a knock on the door. Girl, I'm so scared. Holy shit. They're not knocking again. Just come here, sit down. We'll do the rest of the episode in very, 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 very quietly.
It's like 9:30 at night.
I know. I think it's a noise complaint because I was saying, I fucking hate men. I hate the cars are pretty hear through. But also, if you're in your apartment minding your business, you're not gonna hear us.
Yeah, like you shouldn't. If you're in the hallway, you can hear us, but not if you're just walking around.
Yeah. And also, if you're walking around in this place, go to your home.
Yeah. I'm just like, that's just so scary because he was knocking on our door at 9:30 at night.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam.
I know. I was like, I don't want to open the door.
The rest of this podcast will be very, very quiet because I think someone just knocked on our door complaining about the noise. But we have very thick walls.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I feel like it might just be someone in our apartment trying to contact us.
About what? About your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, that's literally what I was going to say.
Which is another fucking scam.
Which my car warranty just ended, so actually I might consider an extended warranty.
I don't know what that means.
Actually, that is a scam because I had got like nothing with my warranty.
That's crazy.
And I still had to pay $180 to get my oil changed. Hey people out there, how much are you getting paid? How much are you getting paid? How much do you pay to get your oil changed? Because I pay like $120 to $180.
But also, I will not do it myself. That's the one thing. I refuse to learn about cars. I don't know anything about that.
Is that a scam?
I
think cars are a scam. Literally, they will charge a woman who looks like they don't know a lot, like so much more money.
I will pay that
Even when
though
they're
because
getting
I don't know
oil
anything about
changed.
cars. No, whenever I do anything with my car and they say, hey, what's a good number to contact you? I put my dad's number. I say, that's not me. Call my dad. I don't know anything. Talking about a tire? What the hell is that? Talk to him.
Also, I went to like a Jiffy Lube one time, and I get that they do multiple things.
What a weird name.
I know, but like their shop is so small, and then they're just like, I just feel like they just do oil changes. And they came and they said I need my brake pads replaced, and that they'll charge me $500. And I was like, I think I'll skip it, which isn't a great thing to say. Also, I knew I was getting rid of my car soon, so I didn't change my brake pads. And then it was like 2 years, and I still hadn't changed my brake pads, and it was screeching.
Girl, that was the least of your problems with my car.
It was fine.
My dad changed my brake pads with 3 weeks and $600. But I paid him back. I didn't pay him for his time, though. Dads get unpaid labor.
Sad.
I know.
It's our dad's birthday soon. Like, what do we even get him?
What does he need? Another tool? Are we going to get him a drill? What are men like? I don't know.
That's like with moms where you get them like a vacuum cleaner.
Let's give you a chore.
Yeah, when you give them a chore for their birthday.
I know. Hey, now you can vacuum my room and I don't have to do it. Got you a new washing machine so you can wash all my clothes. But no, what do you get dads for their birthday? I always say, your present is my presence. Yeah. And then half the time I don't.
Which is so great. That is one of the good things about living far away is that you can always just say your present is your presence.
And then they're like, get the hell away from me.
Which is true. Like we're going to a wedding soon and it's like, you have to pay $200
oh my God,
each in flights to get there. And then it's like, and then we want a gift. We paid $400 to get here.
Exactly. And thankfully we don't have to pay for lodging because it's close enough. But like, literally, I'm spending $500 because like then I need an outfit, I need a wedding present, I need travel there, that's too much.
Yeah, I do think weddings are like the only time for regular people to try their hand at being rich and throwing an extravagant party.
I mean, yeah, that's
they're like, oh, we have catering, oh, we have a DJ, oh, we have this location. Like, it's the one time normal people can see how good they are at throwing parties, and most of the time they're not great at it.
I know. I mean, the thing is, I turn up at parties. Last wedding I went to, I started doing the Dougie. I started doing the stanky leg. Have you ever seen a plus size white woman do the stanky leg? It stank, you know.
Does that mean it's good or bad?
That's up to you. No, I was doing the sprinkler. I was getting turned. Now, and that was when I was 17. Imagine what I'm gonna do with 6 shots in me. I'm gonna start doing one of the corkscrews. You know, where you get down on the floor, you start spinning.
Oh no!
People are just gonna see my fat body just rolling around the floor.
Your dress opens up.
You're gonna see my undergarments. They're gonna be like, oh, do we need to call somebody? My cousin who's a nurse comes in. It's just like, hey, are you breathing? I'm just like rolling around.
They're like, oh my God, it's anaphylactic shock.
I know. No, my one weakness.
Okay, I think it's time to end this because we're pretty scared
Yeah.
from the mysterious corridor.
Whoopsies. We'll see tomorrow morning if I get a little email.
About a noise complaint?
Yeah.
I always tell you you're too loud.
I am. You just want to silence women, don't you?
I want to silence you.
I want to silence you.
I want to silence this woman.
I'm pro for violence against this woman. Well, that has been Nemisisters, where we are sisters and also nemesises. Nemesis?
We didn't figure it out yet. We have to research.
I don't know how to say anything. But
Nemisisters.
that was our capitalism scam.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about, honestly, most of the scams we talked about were like legal.
Exactly. And that's just
the
how
worst
people make
kind
their
of
money.
scam.
I know. I would tear up a podcast about like really intense white collar crimes. I love white collar crime.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Capitalism is a scam, but that's the real world, bitch.